Welcome to the Off Topic Podcast, episode 2. I'm Fish Fingers, and I have a crush on Frank Sinatra. Octopus Go.
Oh, hello there. We have a special guest today.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Salty Bird Noob's here too.
We have a special guest. You can refer to him as Poop, but his name is Rooplespooples. Say
Why,
hi,
hello
Roople.
there. Hello there, young laddies.
Oh,
You're
hi,
not
Cheers.
You're idiotic.
I didn't even do a proper introduction.
Oh.
Neither did Robert. Let's get this started.
Well, I mean, we already did introductions in the last video.
True.
Dummy.
But you said it for me. Which
Oh
is
yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Your
do you
PP.
have did you set the thumbnail to the right thing, Robert?
Yeah, I set it all up beforehand.
Okay,
Stop
okay,
getting
well-
mad at each other.
Okay.
Topic, off topic. Let's get this started.
Hey, you guys like the new Sonic games?
You guys play Sonic 06? Compared to a Sunky.exe. I mean Sunky.mpeg.
My sister actually played Sonic.exe, and we got so freaking scared because it said her name.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, it said, and we're like, ah.
Feels bad, man.
We also tried playing One Night at Swampy's.
Oh,
And
why
we
not?
let And we let my dad play it, and he was like looking through the cameras for too long, and we got spooked.
Is anybody gonna notice the fact that we have a new thing in the background? Nobody gonna
What new-
acknowledge that?
What new thing in the background?
Remember you made the thing for episode 2.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we did do that.
Yeah.
We make a different one for a different person's gonna make a different one for each one, right?
Yeah. I made episode 1.
I made episode 2. Let's see who's next.
Let's
My
get Beans to
beluga
do
whale
it.
of a
Let's get Beans.
Balti Bird, who would you get go next?
Sure, why not? I'm just drawing a hacker.
It's not until the next episode.
Yeah, whatever that will be.
Yeah.
Because apparently we never want to start this, because, I mean, we sat around for like
we always
2
say we're gonna start
hours.
at 8. We always say like, oh, let's do it at 8, guys, and we always end up doing it at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Why isn't Poop talking?
Because I have no idea what to say.
Just
Well,
interrupt.
you are
us.
a guest star. We kind of need you to talk.
Well,
Just say.
okay, if the topic is video games, have you guys ever played that old game where it's like a party game, I think, and you play as like different colored monkeys? Because I remember playing a game of that when I was like.
Are you
8.
talking about Mario Party?
No, it's not Mario Party. It's where you play as like it's a children. It's like a really children.
My favorite video game is the Jimmy Neutron video game.
For the GameCube, right?
I think so,
Jimmy
yeah.
Or is
Neutron
it for the
versus Negatron. Neutron
Yeah.
versus Negatron.
The Crimson Chin versus the Nega Chin.
Oh, somebody.
That's the. He just said his name, dude.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
did.
Don't care.
You guys are mean.
Oof.
He doesn't care if I say his name. I don't care if you say my name. Nathan doesn't say if you guys say his name.
Okay, Jackson.
What about you,
Just-
Poop? I'm calling you Robert the whole time and you haven't noticed?
Oh, you are. Oh, hell.
You're just add a blue
I honestly
sound
don't
every time
care.
it says your name.
I say everybody calls me by my normal name in my
Yeah,
on my
exactly.
videos
No
too,
one
so it
cares.
doesn't really matter.
Nathan
Call him
doesn't
My
Robert.
care
name
if
is
I leave
my name is Robert. I don't care if people know that.
Then it's not like they're gonna know our last names. Uh-oh.
Anyway, have you guys ever played Zoo Tycoon 2 Deluxe Edition?
What is this,
You
Roblox?
guys ever played Zoo Races?
No, not Zoo Races.
Are
What was
you
that
guys
laugh?
excited for that? You guys excited for the new Smash?
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
Too bad Waluigi isn't gonna be in there.
Well, no, didn't they have like 7 or 8 characters they haven't released yet?
Yeah, they
yes.
still have to release 7 or 8 characters.
Well,
There was
my guess is that Waluigi's gonna be there, and maybe
He
like some
better.
Mario enemies, like
Hold on, there was a
Spike or Boo.
There
Or
was a
something.
fake leak over 4chan.
There was a what?
Hold on. There was a possible fake leak. It could be real. It could not be real.
Well, the
hold on.
last leak I was looking at it didn't turn out to be true, and it made me really sad.
Instead
So-
instead of actually telling you the characters' names, it
Just showed
What does it do?
pictures.
no, it doesn't. It shows code names like Rhythm and King and Ponytail.
So like Rapidash and like King Dedede. Oh wait, no, King Dedede's already in there.
It says in this. Hold on, I'm gonna find all the. I'm gonna see where it is.
Wouldn't Rhythm? No, Rhythm wouldn't. No, because it wouldn't be Donkey Kong.
It's from a Japanese rhythm game. I forgot what the name is, but it's
Rhythm.
Rapper the
Heaven, oh
Rapper?
my God. Yeah, Rhythm. Heaven.
Rapper! Wait, are you telling me that Papa Rapper the Rapper is gonna be in Smash?
Okay,
That
okay,
would be the
kitties.
best.
Again.
Okay, this is the supposed real leak. The characters in July, it says the characters King and Ponytail should be revealed in a mini direct.
and Dixie Kong.
Yeah, Dixie Kong and King K. Rool are believed to be those. August should be the character Old Man, will be revealed at year's Evo.
Cool.
September, the Teacher will be revealed in a direct of some kind, which is believed to be Decidui. October, the characters Warrior and Secretary will be revealed in a Smash Ultimate Focus Direct.
Wario is probably gonna be that's Waluigi. And Secretary's probably gonna be.
I hope it's Warrior. I hope Shovel Knight's in this game.
You said Warrior. Oh yeah, that's probably Shovel Knight. But who could Secretary be then?
Isabella from Animal Crossing.
Ah,
next
wait, why
one.
would they have an
November
Animal
character-
Crossing person in there? Just a random
Because
They have the villager already, so
Oh.
it would make sense.
Why not-
for
Oh,
it
yeah,
that's
to
why
where
be-
he's
not-
from? Oh.
Yeah, why not Isabella?
Yeah,
Unless she's like a
Isabella's pretty cool.
trophy. Unless she's like a
Yeah.
trophy thing like Waluigi, that would suck, but
November, the character Mech will be revealed in a surprise character announcement, and the other characters won't get revealed trailers until post-release. Their code names are Rhythm, Folklore, Doll, and Prime Ribs. Doll is believed to be, Rhythm is supposed to be the what are they called? Kids from Rhythm Heaven. Folklore is believed to be
Waluigi?
no, not Waluigi,
not the Wa.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's
Why can't you just say the actual names?
it's from the game Okami. It's like
Okami.
some sort of like Firewolf, and
You
then
think
Prime
Mech-
Ribs. Prime Ribs is believed to be Dark Samus from
Prime.
Metroid Prime, which could be Echo Fighter, and then Ness.
They're just gonna smash Waluigi in some other.
Other
If they don't add Waluigi, like there's gonna be riots. There's gonna be riots in the streets.
My opinion
then-
on Waluigi is that
if you
they've
say
already
anything bad
added-
about him,
People are gonna get shot. Someone's gonna get shot if Waluigi's not in Smash.
but they actually
Like,
already had added him, except not as an assist trophy. They used the assist trophy as a cover up to they used the assist trophy spiel to cover up that Waluigi's actually a secret unlockable character within all of the games that have assist trophy. Waluigi.
My opinion on Waluigi is
if
that
you say
I don't
anything bad
think-
about him, I'm gonna smite you.
It would be fun to play as him, but I'm saying I don't think they will because then that would be like the 7th Mario character that they've already added.
So
We'll start to have the whole game.
Yeah,
So like people want
single
more than
Pokemon,
just Mario and
every
Fire
single Pokemon.
They don't have every single.
They have like 4, 5. They have like 4 or 5.
Also,
They
Oh, wait,
do not
no,
have
because they
only
got
4 or
all the
5.
starters. They got Pikachu.
And Wii U, they're missing Mewtwo and Pichu.
you know what I was
And-
thinking?
And there are already
Wait.
7 in
So it's gonna be like 9 or 10 Pokemon. Yeah, but so what?
10 if Archer is Decidueye.
Well, yeah, Archer's probably gonna
Yeah.
be it, unless it's Archer from the show Archer. It could
You
be
know-
that too. Could
In
be
the
anything
list-
else. Nobody knows.
In the list, it said Mech. Do you think Mech means Mecha Mewtwo from the Pokemon musical?
Oh, that would be
Mega
lit.
Mewtwo, Pokemon musical, Mecha Mewtwo. What?
Yeah.
I
it's
hope
the-
it's
that
I
was the
hope
main
it's
antagonist of the
another
Pokemon.
character from Mega Man.
Oh, that would
Yeah,
be
that'd be
cool.
cool. Yeah, like, do you guys play any of the Mega Man games?
No, I've never played it.
No, nope.
Played like 1, I think. But a
Which do you
Zero, I
remember?
know some character. I only know 3. Zero, Mega Man, and Proto Man.
All I know, Mega Man, and there's like side
That's
characters.
And then there's the big yellow boss guy. I think his name's like Yellow Demon or something.
It's the Yellow Devil.
I was
Sounds
close.
like a version of Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And
You
then
know,
there's
just more fucked up.
Ash Man and Trash Man and
Me.
And Brash Man.
Oh, what if they had Danny DeVito into Smash?
and Cash.
Danny DeVito.
I'm the trash man.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised about. You know what? I honestly wouldn't be surprised about if they added like a Fortnite character into Smash.
Oh,
Because
that'd be
Nintendo's
horrible.
already partnered with Epic Games, and because of Smash on the Fortnite on the Switch, which I've heard is very bad. And it's about the same quality as on phone.
Switch for my birthday. If I can convince my dad to get me a Switch, then I might get one.
Haha, my
Cool.
sister is getting a Switch. She just doesn't know.
I have a Switch. It's pretty
Wait.
rad.
I've got a Switch. And it's my opinion is that it's worth it. That you really should get a Switch because it's.
Oh,
really
you
good
guys are
console.
having your birthdays in September or December.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, mine's
yours,
December.
Minus December.
yours is 2 days right after Smash releases, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I can get
Yeah.
Smash for my birthday. I mean, my birthday's like right next to Christmas, so you can just
What
get like
I was
all
gonna
sorts
ask
of
for
stuff.
my birthday. What I was gonna ask for my birthday was a GameCube, and then since Christmas is right
Oh,
next to it, I was gonna ask for a
I actually
GBA
have-
right afterwards.
I actually
Oh,
I have a bootleg
GameCube controller.
NES.
Ooh.
NES.
A
My
bootleg
brother has
NES.
a
What's
legit
it called?
NES and a legit GameCube.
It's just called the NES. It's like a smaller version of the NES.
cool.
We
Mini
used to
But
NES?
it has like all NES games.
Yeah, that's not a
Hmm.
knockoff version. That's
Cool.
an actual Nintendo licensed game. It's called the
No,
NES
it's
Mini, or I'm pretty sure.
You guys remember the Wii Mini?
That's a thing.
that's
Yeah,
a
it's a
thing.
Exactly. No one remembers it.
That's not a thing because I have an actual.
Yeah,
and I've got the
we have.
Nintendo Virtual Console on it, so I have a bunch of like, I've got all 3 original Mario Brothers games.
Yeah, I have all 3 original Mario Bros. And then Sonic 2 and the original
You know what
Punch Out. I think that's
You know what I
it.
did recently on the Nintendo Virtual Console?
What?
I found out that you can get Pokemon Snap on it.
You
Oh,
get
that's
Pokemon
cool.
Snap? Oh, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
get
thought-
that.
I thought they shut down the
would.
Wii Shop channel. They shut it down recently in May, I think, or March.
Why?
They shut down the Wii Shop?
Yeah, the Wii.
No!
I've been on it recently. I've downloaded a whole bunch of demos, so it should still
It
work.
was a while ago. You can't. They stopped you. You had to stock up on like all the points you can get because they closed.
Oh,
you can't buy
shit.
more points anymore.
That's right. Yeah, I think I actually spent all of my fucking points on, like, well, I have 100 Wii
Those
points,
points?
so I can't buy any game.
Yeah, you can't buy any more games anymore, man.
Damn,
Well,
that
I never had
Like-
the, which made me really mad.
I had a Wii, but it always
What
broke.
really made me mad is that I had no idea that Mario Kart had a, what's it called? The online mode, right? The
Yeah,
online mode. I
yeah.
knew
It
no
had
idea that I had no idea you could fight bosses.
There's
would've loved to-
bosses? There's
In
Mario
Mario
Kart bosses?
In Mario Kart Wii, yeah, on the online mode, you could do challenges, and there was bosses like one that promoted Mario Galaxy. You had to like push these little turny guys off the edge of the stadium. Wiggler, you had to fight Wiggler like in Mario Kart DS. I would have loved. But then I missed it. You can still do it, but you have to like get some sort of the Brood place. I don't think you get
Dark
it anymore.
web. Dark web
No,
stuff.
no, not dark web, not dark web. It's something easy. The Homebrew channel. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if you can even get it anymore. The Wii Shop channel is shut down.
No.
It's kind of dead.
Unless it's
That's
something
right,
you
on
have
the-
on the Wii.
I remember on the Wii Shop channel, I like in the menu it said like on the first screen you could click a thing that says add Wii points, and it's not there anymore. So I can't buy any new games. That's right.
Yeah, you
know
can't
what I
buy any more Wii points.
You know what I did recently? I beat all 3 of the original Mario Brothers games.
Well, heck, I
Sounds
still,
like
still
fun.
have yet. I still have yet to meet all of them. I'm really good at the first one and the third one. The second one, well,
Dude,
actually, I'm good.
I can beat the second one in like under an hour. I'm
Dang.
Jesus. On the old gaming channel I used to have. Me and my little brother, we played Mario Brothers 3 for 2 episodes, and then kind of
Stop.
that series of videos kind of just died, and the channel also died.
Ooh. Wait, guys, have you ever played Super Mario Galaxy?
Oh heck yeah!
What?
Both.
Oh
of them.
heck no.
I used to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning on school days when I was at my dad's, and I just like, that's all I would do. I'd play Mario Galaxy, and I did that for a couple months trying to beat it, and I beat
I
it.
haven't bought it yet.
It was
My
great.
older brother and we used to wake up every single morning just to play the Wii. We played games like Mario Kart, new Super Mario Brothers Wii.
You guys are all lucky. I couldn't
Super Mario
play those
Galaxy.
things.
Oof.
Guys, stop flexing on me.
I remember one time I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I stayed up.
We-
I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I played Mario Galaxy until I had to go to school, because it was a school day.
at my house, originally we weren't allowed to play video games on weekdays, and I still don't think we're allowed to, but we do it anyways. We used to wake up like super early every single morning before we had to go to school, because we didn't start school until like 8 o'clock. But I
That's
lived really
weird.
close. We don't start school here until 8 o'clock. Also, somewhere around 8 o'clock. But
It's like
we
8:30.
we
right?
live like right down the street from the school, so we could just walk to the school. It wasn't even. It was actually just 2 blocks away from where we live, and so we could just like ride our bikes there or walk there. And we used to wake up like really early just to play the Wii, and before our parents could like see us, we turned off the Wii real quick. We like got ready for school and everything. I think my parents, my brothers always like peer pressured me into asking to play the Wii or like whatever game console we wanted to play at the time. My brothers peer pressured me into doing it. They'd be like,
Peer
"Hey,
pressure
Dad,
is bad.
Are they
yeah,
your older
yeah.
brothers or younger brothers?
One young, one old.
Oh.
That was before I had the other 2, Titan and Caitlin.
I'm the older brother, so I don't have to deal with Max peer
At
pressure.
the moment, I am the older brother, but until my older brother comes back, I'm not the older brother, and then until my older brother comes back. But as I was saying, they used to be like, "Okay,
He went out for milk and
Jackson."
he never came back.
No, he went to go see his mom.
No.
Your younger brother peer pressures you into taking.
My brothers would be like, Jackson, you know, Mom and Dad like love you so much more. They, they'll always say yes to you, so you should go ask them to play the Wii. I'm like, okay, guys. And I asked them, and most of the time they said yes. There was like a rare chance they would say no. I don't even think it's because they liked me more or anything. I'm pretty sure it's because it was like really early in the morning and they were tired and didn't want to deal with me. But yeah, it works.
Maybe it's because they didn't like you, so they just wanted you to play the Wii so they wouldn't have to deal with you.
The way it's fun.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
They want to get me as far as possible or far away as possible.
Well, if they want you to get as far away as possible, they send you to school at 6. Just like
So
just crawls out of bed and your mom just like picks you up and throws you into the bus.
At our old school, they had actual like good food, and we actually got to sit in the cafeteria in the morning.
Oh wow.
Like after breakfast, we could just walk across the cafeteria, and there would be lines for each grade we're in, and we all just sat and talked the whole time. It was fun. I also remember in kindergarten, I was sad and alone. I always sat like far away from everyone else, drinking my grape juice and eating jelly toast. There would be like a kid who was forced to sit there at sometimes because there were no other seats. But yeah, the tables we had, they were like circle tables, so it was just a bed like our tables now, except it was just wrapped around to make a giant circle. So there was a circle bench around the circle table.
And my old school, we never like had those things.
Broke the air.
All we had to do was like go to our classes, and that really bummed me out. Like it was boring.
Oh, the best part of elementary school was Pokemon.
Oh
my god!
My brothers got really. My brother.
I remember in elementary school there was this giant phase where everybody had Pokemon cards, but nobody knew how to actually play the games. We just traded them.
I remember.
Dude, I actually knew how to play Pokemon, but I was stupid. So my brother would give me his whole stack of Pokemon cards. I'm like, can I have the Pokemon cards? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever, take them. Just don't trade the good ones. I'm like, okay. And then I get to school and I'm like, what did he tell me to do again? He's like, oh yeah, don't trade the good ones. And the first thing I do
is trade a good one.
The first thing I do as soon as I get into the school, some kid's like, hey, you got some good Pokemon in there. You want to trade? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I see he's got a Cubchoo, and I have like a Wailord or something. I can't remember what it was.
They have you.
I'm like, oh, dude, that Cubchoo is so cool. And then I traded it. I go home, like, here's your Pokemon. He's like, where's my Wailord? I'm like, I traded it for the Cubchoo. And then he looks at me angrily.
Everyone in kids in
people stole Pokemon cards because someone had better Pokemon cards than them. Well, now that I think about it, everyone was petty and stupid back in elementary school.
Yeah, sadly, I never got to experience Pokemon cards back in elementary school. I only did it in 6th grade. And I remember they got banned because people were stealing them. Like, people were selling them for actual money. And I think there was, like, Landon had an entire underground, like, market of Pokemon cards. He had, like, he had Megas, he had everything. You thought of it, he most likely had it, and you'd pay big bucks for it. And that was how it was. Landon had all the good stuff, and everybody else would kind of be just, like, mediocre. And then we'd buy, and then like some people who were desperate would like buy stuff from him, and that's how he made a profit. And I think Weston might have done that too.
Money.
Yeah, that's illegal trafficking of Pokemon cards. And I was also the only one who actually knew how to play, so it's pretty sad.
Everyone's trying to talk, but Robert's like.
I remember I had no clue what the Pokemon games were. I just had a cousin who had like a bunch of Pokemon plushies, and she gave them to me. So like then I had a neighbor who had like a giant stack of Pokemon cards, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And I just like gave him the plushies for the giant stack of Pokemon cards, and then I traded them all with somebody else at school. But I remember there was this one kid who had like a giant Pokemon card, and it was like the size of like a pillow, and he like took it to school.
Oh dang!
Oh yeah, the huge cards. Those sold for big bucks.
There were kids who brought to school like, dang, I want to steal that.
There were people who did steal them. There were people who sold them.
Actually, at my old school, no one liked Pokemon.
I love Pokemon.
Like I thought.
Are you talking about the one that you all went to, or the one that you went before 4th grade?
Before 4th grade.
Okay. I
Like,
remember
'cause-
everyone loved Pokemon in
yeah,
I
everyone
didn't
loved
even find
in
out
first
about
grade.
Pokemon until
But
like
here's the thing.
fifth.
Look, everyone at my old school was
Here's
the
the thing,
equivalent.
Alabama.
But the thing is, everyone at my old school, they were like greedy white and black kids. Not racist, no offense. But
White
they
and
didn't.
black. Tall,
Yeah.
strong black man.
But like, I felt like me, my brother, and my sister were the only ones who liked Pokemon. Cause
Well,
I
that's
would try to
honestly-
introduce someone to Pokemon. They're like, "What is that? I only know Pikachu." And I'm like,
God.
"Okay."
That makes me disgust. People only know
What?
Pikachu.
Yeah,
What
the
was-
people who look at Pikachu and is like, yeah, I don't want to
My
be
parents think my
associated with some
sister-
anime.
And the thing that makes me mad too is that my parents think that my sister only likes Pikachu, so her whole room is Pikachu based.
Ooh,
That's not even her favorite Pokemon.
ooh,
Which one
dang.
is it?
It's not Pikachu, that's for sure.
I remember I had these Pokemon figures. I had like it was like a Boulder and it was like some other guys. And I brought them to this summer care I was at, and like a little Scooby Doo lunchbox. And I remember I showed them to people, and it was like, oh wow, those are so cool. But you better not let the counselors find them, because the counselors were like, if I see you with any sort of toy, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna burn it, and I'm gonna personally burn it, and I'm gonna make sure it burns.
Most camps and stuff, like after school cares, well, the counselors are
No, this was a
strict.
summer camp. I was at a summer camp.
So,
at,
like,
at my old
camp,
school.
man, counselors are strict as heck.
Yeah, and they were always so mean to everybody. And they
I
tried to
agree
make up for it by
about-
like taking us to like public pools
Oh my
and
God.
stuff and like field trips. But nobody liked it because the counselors were so mean to us the entire time, and it's just like it's not even worth it anymore because they're so mean. And then back to the Pokemon thing. I remember I came home and I looked in my lunchbox and I didn't find them, and I still haven't been able to find them to this day. So I think like some kid stole my Pokemon action figures. And the sad
Or
part
John
was
the counselor.
the Boulder was my favorite Pokemon at the time. So when I lost him, I got like really sad. I might be at my house. I might have lost him after I got home, but I honestly don't
I
know.
remember
anymore.
one time, this happened in middle school. I had like this really, really rare Gengar card. I think it was Gengar. Then this kid, he said he had a Porygon. Like a really bad Porygon.
Hey.
So what I decided to do is
Porygon.
trade it.
Oh,
Because I really loved Porygon.
I traded a really rare Thundurus to Landon, and then I think he
It's
sold
kind of
it. I
homosexual.
tried to get it back.
My sister,
mia.
I told my sister, hey Savannah, and she's like, yes. And I told her that I traded the Gengar for a Porygon, and she gave me the most disappointing face. And she said, but the Gengar was rare. I'm like, but Porygon.
But
Porygon's
Porygon,
shite, mate.
it's a Porygon. Stupid
You guys-
Gengar, look at this, it's a Porygon. You just want it's a Porygon, look at it. It's not Gengar, that's for sure. It's not
Exactly.
a rare.
I don't know why, but I just went and I got a bunch of my Pokemon action figures, and I'm just playing with them now. Because I
Don't you
have
have a Pokemon? Don't you have a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur sunglasses?
that's what I use
That's
as
your
my profile
profile.
picture.
That's
I
your
have-
profile picture.
Yeah, it's
Octopus.
Bulbasaur. It's an octopus wearing a St. Patrick's Day fedora and some Bulbasaur shades. That's what it is.
St. Patrick's Day fedora.
Yeah, that's the only fedora I own because when I bought it, it was St. Patrick's Day, and I was like, "It's a fedora. I want it now. I'm going to own this."
I really wanted during St. Patrick's Day. I really wanted this this rainbow, kind of like pot of gold bracelet or arm sweatband. I don't know what it's called, but it was really cool, and I wanted it so badly.
Did you guys ever own any like holographic Pokemon cards?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh
game-
yeah.
I have, so my sister became friends with this adult dude. Very safe, I know. And he had like this whole box of Pokemon cards. And we decided to look through them. They had like the old Pokemon cards. But we
Yeah, like the Generation 1 ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but we looked
That
in
one
and we
one.
found this Egyptian Mew card that was holographic, and we just looked up at him and said, "Oh yeah, that's my Egyptian Mew card. It's very rare." And we're like,
I would like to buy that.
There was one really good. I can't remember, but it was the evolution of Mask. Mask. I don't know what it is.
Guys, I just figured something out.
What?
Okay. So remember how I said I lost those Pokemon action figures?
Yeah.
I just realized I actually only lost one of them, and it was the Boldor.
All of the like.
No, here
action
he
figures
is!
that
Oh Jesus! I found him!
all of the stuff.
It's been so long! I found him! Oh my God,
All
I'm
of the
gonna
stuff.
cry!
All of the like. Robert. All the action figures at your house are like T-posing.
No, they're not.
I
Some
saw
of them
them.
are. Okay. maybe
Yeah,
you're right.
some most of all of them are T-posing.
The Kyogre one's the Primal Kyogre one's definitely T-posing.
I have a McDonald's toy of Yoshi from Mario Kart 8 right next to me right now, and I'm just kind of playing with it. I'm trying to get it to stand up, but he just falls over.
I never saved any McDonald's toy
Wow, I still can't believe I actually got
because
this
I've
folder.
never been to McDonald's.
Except
I have a whole box. I have a whole cardboard box in my upstairs area that's just filled with old crappy McDonald's toys. I would go find it, but I have to leave my room. I don't want to do that.
my sister has an entire box of like McDonald's Beanie Baby toys and like a.
Oh my god! I used to have this when Mario Kart Wii was like, just being released. They had McDonald's toys for it, and you could have like a little Wii remote that you could, and it was like a remote control to a little toy you could play with. And we threw the car up on the roof, and it got stuck in the gutter, and it just kind of stayed up there. We tried the remote control, but that didn't work.
You got a remote stuck in your gutter.
No, it was a little McDonald's toy that you could use a little. It came with a Wii remote that acted as a remote control for the toy car.
Yeah.
And we just kind of threw the toy Mario character. It was King Boo, I remember.
King Boo? What the hell, man? That's our favorite Mario character.
Boo.
We threw him up. King Boo is the best character, but we threw him up on the roof, and he just kind of got stuck in the gutter. And we tried getting him out with the remote control.
I disagree about that best character thing. I think
No,
Wario.
No, King Boo is the best Mario Kart character, and it made me really sad when he wasn't in Mario Kart Wii U because I always played him in Wii. The Wii version, when it goes to Wii U, I got sad.
Didn't they add him in Deluxe?
Yeah, he's in Deluxe.
Okay.
Waluigi's in Deluxe.
Yeah.
Waluigi?
Yeah, Waluigi's in Mario Kart.
Oh,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, did you not know
All the
that?
Mario Kart games.
Besides Waluigi, I didn't know he was in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, he's in Mario Kart 8.
He's in a lot of them. Ever since Mario Tennis, the first Mario Tennis for the N64, he's been all of the sports and Mario Kart
that's
games.
because Waluigi's the master at tennis.
Yeah,
that
that's
was the
why
first
me and
game
him.
he showed up in for like doubles matches. So they just made that character for Wario.
No wonder
Yeah,
me and him are
they
like.
didn't have any other character for Wario, so they're just like, you know what? Let's make
Waluigi.
bad Luigi.
Waluigi.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's what it
Waluigi
means.
stands for, right? Bad
it was-
Luigi.
It's supposed to be Waluigi.
Waluigi?
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
And
Because
then
Walu is the term for bad, so it's just bad
It's
Luigi.
the
Because
translation for bad. It literally means bad Luigi.
I never knew Waluigi was a master at tennis. Me and him are so alike now.
He is. That's why in Smash is the assist trophy. He takes
Yeah,
out
it's a
his
tennis
tennis
racket.
racket and starts
Because that was the
beating
first game we played in. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, earlier to the Pokemon conversation, do you guys remember the first ever like Pokemon video game you ever played?
I think that was Omega Ruby. First Pokemon game. No, that was Mystery Dungeon. That was like the Mystery Dungeon.
I think I played one of them on the DS. I can't remember which one.
Yeah,
Soul
same. I
Silver
played one of
probably.
them on the DS.
What was it?
Oh,
I
it
played
was
the Mystery
probably
Dungeon.
Soul Silver, I think it was. Soul Silver was the first one I played, I think.
Ah,
The first
cool.
Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Stadium for the N64 because my cousin had an N64 and I visited once.
Oh heck, I only had an NES and a GameCube.
I only had a Wii. I only had like a Wii and a 3DS. And then I got a Wii U, so I was able to play other stuff. But...
my first one was Pokemon Black.
Ooh, yeah,
For
that's a
the
good one.
3DS?
Yeah, for the DS.
I remember when I first got the 3DS, it said like, oh, children under the age of 10 or something like that should not
It's
have
not-
the 3D, should not have the 3D mode on. It'll hurt your eyes. And I was actually just like right under that age at the time, and I'm like, okay. And then I kept turning on the 3D mode because it was fun.
What a rebel.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Oh my gosh! That makes me think of the. I want a Wii. I don't want a Nintendo. I don't know whether to decide between a Nintendo Switch or a 3DS XL because they're having the.
Get a Nintendo Switch.
Get a Switch, because that way you can play the new Pokemon.
But they're bringing the original Luigi's Mansion onto the 3DS this year, I think.
Well, yeah, but then you could just play the you could just play
they're bringing the. They announced it at the Direct, I think.
Oh my god, I love Luigi's Mansion. I don't know if you guys know this. You probably do. I love Luigi's Mansion.
It's an amazing game. I love playing Dark Moon.
I play a bit of Dark Moon, but I didn't
mad
finish
when
it.
I get off the
I love the
Luigi's
soundtrack for Luigi's
Mansion ride.
I remember,
sparks my love for Luigi.
I remember, do you guys know, like, the sound it makes when, like, the scientist guy, like, calls you on the,
what's his face, Dr. Egad?
Yeah,
Dr. Egad, yeah, that guy.
I was gonna get Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, and if you have the
Professor
GBA as well, you can like actually like use the GBA and look at that as the overworld map for the.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
it'll forever be my favorite game.
Yeah, I love the soundtrack of the game.
Yeah, it has an amazing soundtrack.
And like how Luigi hums to the music as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
My favorite sound effect for the game is when Luigi's just yelling like Mario.
Mario. My favorite is the little doggo, the ghost dog.
Ooh. I had back in a couple years ago, I had found like the cell phone music from Luigi's Mansion. I was like, oh my god, this is the best music I've ever heard in my life. So I made like a remix on Scratch or some random dude's thing, and I like put it in there. And I kind of got like famous for a couple days because I made a crappy project with that music in it. And I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even figure out what it was for a couple years. I think it took me like a year to figure out what the music was actually from. It's from Luigi.
I think I might actually put their ringtone for the phone from Luigi's Mansion as my ringtone for my actual phone.
Ooh.
I can give
you the file. I have it in my old laptop. Oh wait, I just realized
hold
my
on,
laptop.
let me see if I can find it actually. I bet you it's in the soundtrack.
I can find. I have it posted on my Scratch account.
Who's your like least favorite boss in Luigi's Mansion?
Probably the. I don't know.
Mine was the ladies. I hated those.
Oh, mine was the guy where he just like sits in a chair and like because I could never figure out how to activate him, and then I realized I just have to look away from him like a couple seconds.
Wait, which Luigi's Mansion are we talking about?
It doesn't matter.
For the GameCube.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't really care which one you talk about.
This is what I want as my ringtone.
Dual screen.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what gave me fame on Scratch for a few days. Damn, I remember that song. Oh,
Now I want to put that in ringtone.
love that.
Having that as my
You know, I'm gonna set that as my ringtone too. I found a way to set things to my ringtone.
every time I get a call, I get the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Like,
Yeah, man, that's pretty good.
I wonder if they got the same guy to compose all the music in this game like they did the first one.
Yeah. You know what they're gonna? I'm sure they probably will, but since it's a DS, they're gonna have the map screen on the top. They're gonna have the map on the top screen, and then the game on the bottom screen.
Ooh. Sucks if you have like a dirty bottom screen.
On the first game, the guy who composed music for the first game, in every every Nintendo game, he hides his hidden, I think, 19.
The Totaka song. I know
Yeah,
how
the
to find it
Totaka
in the GameCube game.
Yeah, you just have to wait on the controls or the help. I can't remember what it is, but the controller settings. I can't remember controls.
Yeah, it's
But
the
you
controller
just wait there for a little bit, and it goes dun. Hold on, dun 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 dun.
It's like a 12-note song, I think.
Yeah, like 9. Hold on. Dun 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 dun. 19 notes.
Since when did you learn how to read music?
I'm not reading music.
Since when did you learn anything about music learning thing?
I just counted how many notes I heard.
Well, you sure that's how many notes there actually are?
Yeah.
The only way to truly tell is by looking at sheet music, as far as I know. Because you never know. You never know. They can sneak something in. You never know it. You have to look it up.
While you guys are on the topic of music, what's your favorite video game soundtrack?
Oh, that's a hard one.
It's between dang. Shoot. It has to be between Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, Luigi's Mansion, and Cuphead.
Personally, my favorite soundtracks are from Terraria.
Mine is from the original N64 Banjo-Kazooie game. If you listen to it,
my god!
Yeah,
actually, my sister and me used to have like this obsession with Banjo-Kazooie. It was unhealthy.
I love Banjo-Kazooie.
I just knew Banjo-Kazooie as a Minecraft skin that one guy from Stampy Longhead used. That's all I knew him as.
Oh my
god!
God!
When Minecraft was a thing.
Did you guys ever play? Have you guys ever played any of the Mario and Luigi series games?
No, but they're coming out with a new one.
No, it's not a new one.
I remember on the 3DS that I owned. I had Super Mario 64 and also the one where you go in like Bowser's stomach.
Bowser's Inside Story. Super Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. That was my favorite one.
Yeah, me too. Where Bowser bores Mario and Luigi.
They have to help him. They have to help him save the world, I guess.
You're like this platforming section.
They're remastering that game for the 3DS XL.
Is no one to realize that Mario and Luigi's and Bowser's Inside Story is basically about the two getting bored?
Yeah.
They're remastering that game for the 3DS XL, and they're adding plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey.
I must have it then. I don't finish most of my games, but I have to. My ears.
Yeah, I haven't. I finished most of the games I start Nintendo wise. It's just like I'll play it like halfway through and then I'll give up because I get bored. That's what happened with
it's
the
not that
last
I don't get bored, but it's just that I keep forgetting.
Rooplespooples. Look in the chat.
Okay. Nice. The Luigi's Mansion. Luigi calls for Mario. Nice.
I found all the calls for Mario in that game. So,
you know what else is my favorite? Super like Nintendo, Nintendo like sound effect or like call. I don't know what to call it, but is in Mario 64 when like Mario runs into a wall. He's like, ooh,
boom.
That sound effect.
Like boom.
Oh,
boom.
Like, wow.
Wario. Wow. Well, I can't wait till they make Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you think they'll have a new Luigi's Mansion game?
No,
anytime.
uh,
Oh,
no, I
I
think
hope so.
maybe like the next 10 years I'll make one.
Yeah.
maybe the next celebration of Luigi anniversary.
Because the thing with a game like Luigi's Mansion, you can each new game you have to make something new about it so that way more people will buy it. And it's such a simple game that there's really nothing new to add to it, so they're not going to be able to.
You could have like
Exactly, that's
huge
the spooky thing.
bosses, like something
Yeah,
like.
they somehow got Dark Moon to work. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah, because now that you got to collect like the gems, but in the original game.
Yeah, but they had cool new ghosts and stuff. They could just make more.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
what do you
they could
really
do something
think
like
that they could add?
Ghostbusters, where there's like the huge guy in the sky, and it
Marshmallow
comes down
Stay
from.
Yeah, they could do something like Ghostbusters, like a giant boss.
Stay puft.
Giant boss, and you can like choose what boss, because like remember in Ghostbusters you had to choose.
A bigger complexity on the bosses, because Dark Moon just had basically the same. Hit this boss a couple times, and then you gotta
suck him into a vacuum.
Yeah, you gotta have something like more complex. And like even for the boss choosing system, like you can have to where everything in the game has led up to like you thinking about X, and then that's what you choose.
Yeah,
like,
basically
of all your
in
previous
Dark Moon,
decisions. It kind of just adds up.
Every boss was basically the same. After you did one thing, the ghost would pop out.
Another thing.
You'd suck him into your vacuum, and then a layer would fall off of him, and then you repeat the process again. Do one thing, suck the layer off. Do one thing, suck the layer off. And it would be three hits, basically, is every Mario boss is 3 hits, and then they're dead.
There's an exception to the 3 hits boss. In Super Mario Bros. 2, the final boss takes 5 hits.
Ooh.
That's King Wart, right?
Frisky.
The Wart.
Yep.
Wart, yeah.
Well, what about the Odyssey bosses? Odyssey bosses took some.
Didn't they accidentally switch 2 names at the end credits of the Mario?
Yeah, they switched Ostro and Birdo's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here, I even have an image of me beating the second game, like the end credits. I could just post it here.
And even in the official guidebook, they accidentally switched around Birdo and Ostro.
No, actually, I don't think they did that, because if they did do that, if they switched it on the guidebook, then people would actually think Birdo's name was Ostro. I think it was fixed in the
And people think
guidebook.
Ostro's name is Birdo.
But what if Ostro actually is Birdo and Birdo is actually Ostro?
No.
Hold up now.
That's a conspiracy.
Why'd
It's
you
like
put
Greenland and
45
Iceland.
Why'd you put 4505 in the chat?
Cause,
Are you just reminding yourself of parts you should edit out?
yes.
Now you gotta edit out this part, don't you?
Yes. Look what
Let's
you've
see,
done now.
What else can we do to lengthen the... What else can we do to just talk some more?
I don't know. Maybe we should
just
just
to
end
waste
it.
time.
Ugh. Ending spending. I
If
really...
we end it, then what else would we do?
I don't know. Go to sleep. Kind of tired. That's what I want to do. But, so Luigi's Mansion, that's kind of... I hope they come out with a new game.
They better come out with a new game.
I hope they do, but I don't think they will. I really don't think they will.
I hope it's not like the same 3-hit boss. Darn, I hope it's the kind of imaginative of the first game, kind of.
Because the only thing they could add that would be a new way to catch the ghost. But if they do that, then nobody's gonna really
Like instead of a vacuum, you use like a.
Or maybe the
I
ghosts
don't know.
like steal the vacuum and there's a whole plot thing around that.
Maybe it's like maybe they'll like
There's
called
images of me beating
guess-
all 3 of the games for
Super Mario Sunshine. Luigi gets framed for messing up a city, and then he'll have to clean the place with his vacuum cleaner.
Just like this is one of those like dust busters, and he just like goes like over every inch of land, just sucking up dust.
What if they had?
But it turns out it's haunted.
What if they had that one level from Super Mario Sunshine where the Pianta guy says, "I wish there was some guy who would come here and had a vacuum cleaner and
Every
suck up
time I
all.
think of Pinata, I think of Pinata from Skylanders, and when we talked
Oh my
about
God,
Skylanders that one time.
Pinata, oh no.
Oh, Skylanders. Skylanders. You know.
Skylanders is
Go
good
back
at
to
the
Luigi's
beginning.
No, back to Luigi's Mansion, quick.
Skylanders is a great game. I mean, it kind of got confusing as the series went on.
Yeah, they even have Crash Bandicoot and Donkey Kong and Bowser as playable characters in this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of. The only thing is that they kind of ruined Spyro with Skylanders, right? Because it's like.
That's right, Spyro is a character.
I know, yeah, but Spyro had his own line before Skylanders, and then even I thought that Spyro was an original character from Skylanders. So like a lot of the new people would they would never know about Spyro because of the Skylanders.
PlayStation game.
I was confused by the first game was called Spyro's Adventure when it practically had nothing to do with Spyro.
Yeah,
Weird.
well, it's just
I was like,
the
hold on.
Skylanders is kind of weird. And I have a feeling the reason I kind of like it so much is just for nostalgic purposes because I played it so much as a kid.
Yeah,
But
it's confusing. The games were confusing. First, it started out okay. There was normal, then Giants, and then Swap Force.
Swap Force is when it kind of started going downhill. Giants was okay, but
Rip their body apart and then stick them to other body parts as some way of torture. The next game, you could trap villains and have crystal weapons. The next game, you could drive cars, and then the last game.
I know a lot about Skylanders.
Yeah, because I had played basically every game except for the first one and the last one.
you haven't played Spyro's Adventure?
No, I've never played Spyro.
Dude, I played it all the way through. It was actually pretty good, man.
Wait,
I
Spyro's
played Giant, Swap Wars, Trap Team, and Superchargers, not Imaginators or Spyro.
I only haven't played Imaginators and Superchargers.
No, I just don't play Skylanders like at all.
You guys think they'll ever make a new Skylanders game, or did they?
Oh no, they're gonna keep milking that cow until the cow is no longer.
The Skylanders underwater. The Superchargers one was strange. I mean,
yeah,
least-
they were running out of ideas. They were running out of ideas, but then
at least they got the idea that if you accidentally lost the portal for that game, you would have to go out and buy a new one. But instead, they made it to where you can just hook up any portal.
they did
Oh,
that.
really?
Oh,
Yeah, they did that in Superchargers.
I just
in
didn't
case-
lose my portal.
They
Pretty nice.
finally figured it out. Like, oh, maybe if someone loses it, then they can't play our game anymore. Gotta make sure that doesn't happen.
I feel like that's
It
a
took
dumb
them-
idea. If they wanted to get the most money, they should make it to where each part is losable, and so they have to buy another one. So that way they get even more money.
That'd be
Like
outrage,
they
though.
intended originally.
That's a smart idea, my amigo.
Yeah, but
I should
people
see
might
the
figure
video.
out that you're scamming them by making everything extremely easy to lose, and they'll figure it out and they'll stop buying.
They made really tiny pieces of Skylanders. What if they have Skylanders, like Lego edition?
Oh my
Man,
God.
Skylanders Micro. They had Giants, now we got smaller. That's probably what they're gonna do.
That's
Probably
probably
gonna happen,
honestly like.
yeah.
They're just gonna not make another Skylanders, and everybody who likes Skylanders is gonna be sad, and then
Maybe
everybody who
they'll-
hated Skylanders is gonna rejoice.
If they actually make another Skylanders game, I hope it's like good.
Yeah,
want it to be
because
good.
every one of them since like Giants, like even Spyro's Adventure, the stories have just been crap. I mean, stories
Spyro's
are just
Adventure,
garbage.
that was just a lazy excuse to put something nostalgic in their game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
just-
never.
So they
I
like
never
clickbaited us.
I've never
Basically.
played a Skylanders game. I only had a neighbor who had like a shit ton of Skylanders, played it all the time. So I don't
Dude.
have a personal opinion on anything about Skylanders.
I know. I've probably told this story before, but there was one kid, in my or where I used to live on my street. All I had to do was go out to my backyard, and there was this alleyway. It was scary up there.
He lived out in Nashville, Tennessee. He lived out in the
No.
bad dudes.
I'm not gonna state where we live. I can say that after.
Yeah.
This is over.
At 1:43.
But on the street I lived, there was an alleyway, and I just walked down the street to some kid's house, and he had a heck ton of Skylanders. That he just and when Swap Force came out, I got Swap Force for Christmas along with the Wii U and the golden Skylander. And
You still have that
kid,
Wii U?
Yeah, it's broke, but yeah, we still have it.
Alright, continue with your story.
But we basically stole one of the Swap Force Skylanders. It was Magna Charge, the magnet guy. We stole a Skylander. And he's like, we were moving away, and he's like, "Okay, guys, don't forget to give me back my Skylander before you move." And we're like, "Okay," and then we moved and we took his Skylander. Like,
that guy probably thinks you're a giant butthole.
He stole a Skylander! I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least take a little more than that. Jeez.
That kid was annoying though. He like knocked on our door every single day, almost every single.
Skylanders with me?
No, he didn't ask, like, you guys want to come out and play, and I was, we just came back inside from outside all day with him, basically. And he just be like, you guys want to come out and play? And we're like, no. And he came back, like, he came every, like, 2 hours of the day and asked if we could come play, and we're like, no, we don't want to. After a while, he got annoying. He basically harbored a child in his house one time. He wasn't supposed to have people over at his house one day, and he invited someone over in his house, and his mom came in, and the kid stayed, and he's like, "Oh, dang it, I'm not supposed to have anyone over." So he hid in one of the closets in his house, like all day.
He was there for like 5 hours. He was there for like 12 hours.
Yeah,
the next time he opens the closet, there's just a skeleton on the floor. Oh shit, I forgot to feed.
He for a while, and eventually he just like walked out. Like his mom was there and everything. He just kind of just walked out.
You kind of just went like, bye everyone.
I'm not. I wasn't being harbored in some random kid's closet. No.
But just imagine like being a parent and you told your kid not to have anybody over, and it's just like the afternoon, and all of a sudden a kid just walks out of your child's closet, and it's just like
I'm done here, man. I'm hungry. I can't take anymore, man. I'm hungry and I want to go home.
You know what this
I want to have dinner, man. I don't want to hide in this closet.
That story of where that kid hiding in the closet, that reminded me of one book, like Judy B. Jones' book, where like she just hid in your grandpa's like hamper for like a long time, and then when he went over to walk towards the hamper, she jumped down and scared him, and he almost had a heart attack.
He starts like having an aneurysm on the floor, and it's like, "Hi, got you, Grandpa!" And he's like,
God, did you guys ever read those Judy B. Jones books?
No, I thought they were hella gay.
Isn't the Judy Jones book about that like one Chihuahua thing? I can't remember what it was.
Beverly Hills Chihuahuas?
She had like a purple glasses, and she was just like this really cringy 8-year-old.
I've heard of the stories. I just can't remember what it is.
I read that in elementary. We read every single book in elementary school.
Oh my god!
I just read the books.
I would have slit my throat if I had to read those books. It would sound shiny.
They tried to read to us. Like every day we would read a different one.
Yeah, sometimes at our old school they used to like take us to the library and they just let us, or they'd have the library teacher read us books. And it was great because they always had good stories. Like one about this one cowboy who I guess got his eyes stuck because he was crossing them for too long. And,
feels bad, man.
I don't know if he used. I don't know, but I remember something. I remembered saying something about lubricant on his eyes. Just out of nowhere, I remember that.
You know what? One weird story time thing that happened. I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and the teacher she would set everybody on sit on. She read us books, but one time when she was reading us books, she was wearing a dress. She was sitting in a chair with her legs wide, can see.
Hey,
You're
your audio.
good now. You're really quiet.
Yeah,
Your audio like kicked,
Really
like
gross.
did something weird.
and you
Oh,
kept
yeah?
going
Oh.
quieter.
Yeah, can you say it again?
Oh.
Yeah, we
Alright,
didn't hear you.
Alright, the story was, like, I was in 3rd grade, and, she, like, set all the kids down on the carpet, and she sat in a rocking chair to tell everybody a story, and what happened was, she was wearing, like, a dress, and the way she was sitting in the chair, her legs were, like, wide open, so, like, everybody could see, like, the teacher's underwear, and, like, everybody was just grossed out.
Oh no.
As she was just reading this story, gross. She had underwear on. Of course.
Yeah,
Someone
thank God. That could have been bad. Or
Someone,
no, it already was bad. It could have been worse.
some kid must have got like a hard one or something.
It was 3rd grade. It was 3rd grade, so he was 1 inch erect.
Oh my god.
Sitting there in the back of the classroom, just like staring at it.
Oh,
At my old school, this is another library story. The library and the computer lab were actually like connected. The only thing that was blocking the two rooms from each other was a wall, like a fake plastic wall that it was basically a bookshelf that you could like walk around and go into the library. And there was this one computer game that we had to use our lunch number to log in, but it was fun. It was about this stupid seal that taught math. And if you actually did good at the math, you got to progress and got a different animal that would teach you math. I never did that. I got the stupid seal over and over and over again. There was like pigs and elephants all over the room. I just had that one stupid seal just laughing at me because I was a stupid idiot.
That reminds me of school games. I don't remember exactly the grade, but we had like during recess, we had indoor recess. So like there's just a bunch of toys around the room, and one of the thing was like a leapfrog like game.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I played that all the time. There was this one game where you played as like the letter O, and you would go on like this magical adventure, like saving all the letters of the alphabet. And I played it every day, but there was no save system, so each new recess, I had to start from the beginning again. So like, and then I always got close to the end of the game, but then it just like, we had to like, recess was over, so I had to like start over.
Why the letter O?
I don't know.
Why the letter O? That's my question.
I think it was because the thing was that he was like the most unpopular letter, and so like everybody outcasted him. But then like everyone was like,
oh, I get it. Outcast. Outcast starts with O.
Yeah, and then everybody got kidnapped, and then like
Jesus, they kidnapped the letters.
Yeah. And so, like, he just went on this adventure. It was like a platforming game, and there was like a couple enemies too. Where you just had to like jump on. Like,
He shouldn't have saved them, man. They were bullying.
Yeah, no. Exactly.
And, like,
it was teaching
he
you should be good no matter if you.
He could have gotten famous, man. If he was the only letter in the alphabet, he could have gotten famous.
Wait, but then you couldn't spell words, so he wouldn't be able to get famous because no one would be able to sell about it. He'd just be saying oh.
Yeah, but he'd get to hear his name all the time.
Yeah, but don't you think that'd get a bit annoying? What if you just heard your name over and over? Jackson.
Robert.
Yeah, but just imagine that nobody spoken words, they just spoken your name. Just in different lengths and variations of pitches.
Well, then technically that would technically mean everybody's name was Jackson, because if there's no other letters than just the word Jackson, then everybody's name would be Jackson.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be
possible. Then no one would know. Who's referring to who. Okay, Jackson, can you please answer number? Can you please give me answer number 6? Everyone answers the wrong question simultaneously. No, I didn't mean. I wasn't talking about you, Jackson. I'm talking about Jackson, not you, Jackson over there, Jackson.
No, but they don't have any other words, so they wouldn't be saying like any other words. They'd just be saying Jackson. No, Jackson. Yeah, it'd be more like that.
Yeah, but then everyone would get annoyed, not just me.
But just imagine you actually know all the other words. You're kind of just like the one guy who's
The
an
only
inventor.
person who knows every single word, or like all
Then
the
everybody's
words.
just gonna think he's speaking gibberish because if no other letter exists, they're just gonna be like, "Who's this freak?" and then like burn him at the stake.
How would they think that? They'd be thinking Jackson, 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 Jackson.
They still have to communicate if somebody else
Guys,
is
weren't
not
we
saying
talking
Jackson
about, like,
all the time.
How'd this episode
Video-
start off? We talked about Pokemon or something, and it somehow spun off into
Luigi's
Go
Mansion.
Skylanders.
and then it got to Skylanders, then it got to saying, then it got to the letter O, then it got to
Oh yeah.
this.
Jackson, end it off with a joke. Go.
My PP is hard.